COVID-19 has ravaged our modern world, and the dawn of the Delta variant has made everything that much worse. Many comparisons have been made to pandemics from the past when talking about our current global situation, and who am I to move against the tide? I'm Think So Joe, this is Things You Might Not Know, and today is yet another YouTube contrast to the Black Death. The disease most commonly known as the Black Death was the most fatal pandemic in the history of humankind thus far. We do still have 4 months left in 2021 after all. The Black Death was a form of bubonic plague which is generally spread through infected fleas usually found on small animals such as rats. Starting in 1347 and lasting a staggering 7 years until its submission in 1353, this particular plague managed to wipe out an estimated 1/3 to half the population of the entire planet. Spreading primarily along shipping routes through Eurasia and North Africa during a time when advancements in medicine were nil, the Black Death is estimated to have killed upwards of 200 million people. It should not come as a shock to anyone watching this that this many deaths led to some pretty large economic issues. The peak of the Black Death occurred in Europe, where many countries operated under a feudal system. As a quick review for those that need it, feudalism is what happens if your government is actually a pyramid scheme. The realities of the society that those living in 14th century Europe found themselves in were quickly exposed. Initially, the astronomical number of deaths led to a major labor shortage. This shortage did have the small benefit of raising wages for those that survived, as a lack of skilled laborers allowed those that survived to demand better salaries. Those that did see a surge in their wages didn't enjoy that boost in prosperity very long because alongside a shortage of labor and lifts in wages came pesky inflation. People who proverbially lived paycheck to paycheck, aka the serfs, struggled to keep food on their plates and roofs over their heads as prices soared. All of this was pretty bad for anyone that wasn't a lord or higher. Even the landlords took hits left and right as they were forced to trade labor instead of money for rent. Speaking of rent, I have to pay it too. Click on those subscribe and like buttons or hit merch.thinksojoe.com to help me out. The time after the Black Death saw the beginning of relationships between the government and businesses, which led to those businesses that were still standing grabbing on to a much larger share of the market. Many of the rich people who made it through with any portion of their wealth still intact started to look for permanent ways to keep the money in the family. Generational wealth grew as a result. The Catholic Church had a heavy hand in shaping the feudalistic society that had existed on the European continent up until this time. Just like everything else post-plague, the power of the Church diminished as far as their sway over the public was concerned. This, among many other factors, led to blaming the whole of the Black Death on one of history's most shat-on demographics, the Jewish population. The church did try to curb this particular backlash when they felt it had gotten out of hand, but that box had unfortunately already been opened. Christians throughout Europe began believing that the recent plague was a punishment from God for the sins of humanity, with Jewish people being mainly to blame. It goes without saying that this was all a fabrication. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Things You Might Not Know. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can see a playlist of Things You Might Not Know videos over here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time!